All right, for those of you who have joined us, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Arthur Lumsey Jr., Associate Director of Career Services here at the University of North Texas at Dallas. And we are honored to have a friend of the university with us today, Mr. Ahmad Gori with the United States Small Business Administration. And today he's going to be talking to us about how to sell your products and or services to the federal government. So without further ado, I would like to turn it over to Mr. Gori.
Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate the opportunity again to share some very important information to our entrepreneurs and prospective entrepreneurs. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of our traditional programs, and then end with talking about our certification programs on how you can do business with the federal government. But my name is Ahmad Gori. I'm the Lead Economic Development Specialist and Public Information Officer for the U.S. Small Business Administration's Dallas-Fort Worth District Office. My district covers 72 Texas counties. So we cover all of the Metroplex, all the way to the Louisiana border, which includes East Texas, Tyler, Longview. We go all the way up to Wichita Falls. We also cover all the way down south to the Killeen Waco area. And we also go all the way up to the Collin County area, so Plano, McKinney. So we have a pretty large territory. There's 68 offices like mine across the country. And again, I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth district. So we have offices just about in every state, every major city that businesses and entrepreneurs can tap into for resources. The U.S. Small Business Administration was founded in 1953. It is a federal agency. The head of our agency is appointed by the President of the United States and confirmed by the Senate. So that means that the head of our agency is a cabinet member of the president. So it goes to show you how important this agency is and how important small businesses are. There's about 31 million small businesses in the United States, and that's our constituency. That's who we serve. And I'm gonna jump right into the presentation. And the way that we help businesses start and grow is based off of what we call our 3 C's: capital, counseling, and contracting. Capital is financing, so loans to help you get started or help you grow. We have counseling programs to give you that special expertise, consulting or advising on how to start a business or grow a business. And then what we all came here to hear, which is our contracting programs, which gives you the ability to take your business to the next level by selling your product or service to federal agencies or government entities. Our first loan program is our microloan program. They're very small loans to really help you get on your feet and get up and running. They range from anything between $100,000 to $50,000. Really small loans. 3 institutions in Dallas that give these loans out for SBA or Lift Fund, BCL of Texas, and People Fund. Then we have our large loan program, our flagship loan program. This is really good for businesses that want to expand and take their businesses to the next level, but don't have the financing to do so. So we work with banking institutions all across the country. We have maybe about 150 of them right here in the DFW area that do SBA lending traditionally. And they are really good with helping businesses get access to the 7A loan program. The way that this program works is these are loans that go up to $5 million, and you're able to use it for working capital. You can also use it to purchase more equipment for your business. You can use it to purchase real estate. So let's say, for instance, you're operating a home-based business now, and you actually want to move into a facility or a storefront. You can utilize this loan program for that purpose, having you expand your business into an actual facility. Or if you're in a facility right now, you realize that you may need a larger facility. You could use the SBA 7A loan program for that purpose as well. What's really great about this program is working with those banking institutions. They are the ones who lend the money, but SBA guarantees the money. So if you get a loan under $150,000, SBA is going to guarantee that loan 85%. If you get a loan over $150,000, then SBA is going to guarantee that loan 75%. So what does that mean when the SBA say they're going to guarantee that loan? Basically, if that loan ends up going bad, then that bank is guaranteed either 75 or 85% of those funds back. So what does that mean to the bank? They are more willing to lend if they know that the government has their back when it comes to lending that much. They're more willing and more flexible to lend to small businesses. The interest rates are about 2.75 on top of prime. So pretty good interest rates. And they cannot charge more than that. They could charge anywhere below that, but can't charge anywhere above that. I mentioned that there's 68 offices like mine across the country in the Dallas area. For the last maybe since 2015, we've done over $1 billion in my office compared to other district offices. So that puts us maybe about number 4 in the country out of those 68 offices. But look at last year, fiscal year 2020, because of the Paycheck Protection Program, and Economic Injury Program, where my office, we did $6 billion with a B in my DFW district to about 112,000 small businesses throughout those 72 counties. So that's a record for our office and a record number of dollar amount, and definitely a record in number of loans that we've been able to touch due to small businesses that are needing that financing. In Dallas County last year, we did 477 loans worth $351 million. But look at that economic impact. And these are just our traditional loan programs. So this doesn't have anything to do with the COVID-related programs. These are just our programs where businesses needed financing to grow their business, either needed to get that more equipment or just have that operating capital to operate their businesses. So we did 477 loans in 2019 to those type of businesses worth $351 million. But look at that economic impact. Out of those 477 loans, it helped create 2,100 jobs in Dallas County and helped keep 2,800 jobs in Dallas County. So that's our traditional programs. And we'll look at what Paycheck Protection Program did throughout this whole COVID experience. And here we go. So the two programs that were put in place to help businesses that were affected by COVID. The first was the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, or EIDL, where these loans were up to $2 million. We still have about $100 billion left in this program, but the deadline is December 31st. So if you know of a business that needs help with COVID-related issues due to their business, either keeping their employees on payroll, either paying their bills with their businesses, any fixed debts that they have, they could tap into this loan program up until December 31st. It's still a lot of money available. It's a very easy process to apply. You go to SBA's website, sba.gov, and apply, and it takes you maybe about 30 minutes to submit that application. The next program is the Paycheck Protection Program. That was created specifically due to COVID. Congress came up with a coronavirus relief package. And in that package, they allocated funds for businesses that were affected by COVID-19 to primarily help keep their employees on payroll, or if they laid them off, bring them back. Hence the name Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP. That program ended in August. So businesses who did receive funds and who have ended their covered period, which means they finished using their funds, they have 10 months to submit their application to their bank to get that loan forgiven. And that's what we want businesses to focus on, is getting that loan completely forgiven. So if you use at least 64% for payroll, that portion will be forgiven, not more than 40% for your operating costs, like for instance, your utilities, your interest on mortgage, your electric bill, your telephone bill, transportation costs, all those operating costs for your business. If you not use more than 40%, then that portion will be forgiven. So a potentially 100% forgivable loan. Or if you use all 100% of the loan on payroll, then that all 100% will be forgiven. So you have 10 months to submit that application for forgiveness to your bank. Your bank has 60 days to make a recommendation to SBA if it's going to be forgiven. And then SBA has 90 days to make a decision on if your loan is going to be completely forgiven. So if you know somebody that got the Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, definitely let them know that it's time to start considering the forgiveness portion of that. And that's, again, what we want businesses to do, is not worry about having to pay that loan back. We want you to get it completely forgiven. So how do we perform in paycheck protection in Dallas County? In Dallas County, we did 4,300 loans to businesses between 150,000 to 10 million. So those 4,300 businesses got loans worth 150,000 to 10 million. But look at that economic impact. And that's what this program was designed for, is to help businesses keep those jobs or help bring those employees back that they've had to lay off. And it helped save 239,000 jobs right here in Dallas County, just based off of those loans between 150,000 and 10 million. So I don't have the data for loans under 150,000. So that will be a whole lot more, obviously, but just give you a synopsis of how it looks with that demographic. Here's a kind of a success story of a business that received a Paycheck Protection Program. We actually visited this business in Killeen, which is within my DFW district. They received a $22,000 Paycheck Protection Program. And look what it did for his business. He was able to save 24 jobs within his pizza business and hire 2 additional employees. So that's what the whole purpose of this program is about. We want to see those businesses still in operation and still having their employees on payroll. All of that contributes to our U.S. economy and keeps our economy going and keeps our economy strong. So that's what we like to see. Here's another success story of a business that utilized that 7(a) loan program that I talked about earlier, which is a traditional loan program that you could use for operating costs, growing your business, taking your business to the next level. The guys on the right, Mike and Kevin, started the Dallas Fish Market in downtown. They wanted to grow and expand, but didn't have the money to do so. They came to SBA. We were able to guarantee a loan for them for $770,000. But look what that loan did for them. It helped them create 250 jobs with annual revenue of about $10 million a year. But it didn't stop there. They created 5 more restaurants in Dallas County, in the Dallas DFW area, Dallas-Fort Worth area. So now they're operating 10 restaurants, have a total of about 500 employees within their restaurant. So a great success story. We also like companies to receive that investing type of financing or backing from SBA. So you may have a business that may not actually need a loan, but may need that investing type of relationship where they're connected with an investor who can coach them about the industry and also invest into them financially or however. So we have what we call SBIC, small business investment companies that we license, and we fund them to go out and find businesses or ideals to invest into. Some businesses that went to banks while they were small businesses and got denied came to us. We coupled them up with SBICs, and now they are large corporations today. Companies like Apple, for instance, went to a bank and couldn't get a loan and had to come to SBA and get connected with an investor, and look at Apple's success today, Intel, Staples, or others. We also like the franchising industry. We love to help individuals who want to start a franchise, start their franchise, and we fund that. So in 2019, we did 388 loans worth over $340 million just in my district for people to get franchise businesses. And on our website, sba.gov, we have a list of about 2,500 approved franchise brands. And the reason why we have 2,500 approved franchise brands is because when you go into that franchise business, we want to make sure that you have control of that business. We don't want the franchise to have control of the business. We want the owner, the individual franchisee, to be able to make the day-to-day decisions of that business and have complete control. So some examples of franchises that we have funded in the past are Popeyes, Wingstop, Metro PCS dealers, Ford Motor Company dealers, some Hilton hotel brands, some Marriott hotel brands, and racetrack gas stations are some of the most popular ones that people typically hear of that we do fund. Nothing But Cakes in Cedar Hill is a great success story. The husband and wife couple worked in corporate America, got tired of it, wanted to start their own franchise. We funded them $244,000 to start this business in Cedar Hill, and look at the impact. They created 20 jobs, and they've seen increased sales ever since opening in 2016. So we know it's a lot to take in starting a business, simply because 8 out of 10 small businesses fail within their first 18 months, and that's in a normal economy. So we want you to be prepared when you decide to go into business. And what that means is we want you to come to us. Before you start jumping into that, we want you to get connected with one of our mentors or our business advisors who can professionally coach you and mentor you on what it takes to be a business owner or entrepreneur. So we have SCORE, which are volunteers, they're mentors. They can help you with that business planning stage. They can help you take that ideal that you have for your business and put it into an actual plan. Our small business development centers, we have one at the Bill J. Priest Institute in just south of downtown Dallas. They are professional business advisors, so they could coach you on how to take your business to that next level. They could do high-end research for you to tell you what's the best location for your type of business, what your competitors are doing in that industry, a whole bunch of research they can help you figure out and helping you make an informed decision on growing your business. What's great about these resources is we fund them. We fund them through your tax dollars. So in turn, that means you're not paying for these professional consulting services that are offered to you. If you go out and hire somebody to professionally consult you on a private basis, it's going to run you about $600 to $700 an hour. So definitely utilize this free resource. We also have a Veterans Business Outreach Center that can help you with anything related to business for those that are veterans and those that are connected to veterans, and it's at UTA. New in our markets is our Dallas Fort Worth Women's Business Center. It's a part of Lift Fund, and they are there obviously to help with our prospective women entrepreneurs and our current women entrepreneurs. And this is what we are really here to talk about, which is our government contracting programs. Why is this important? This is important because if you are a business owner or you're thinking about starting a business, you want to expand your reach to as many customers as possible. And what better way to expand your reach to the largest purchasing power or customer in the entire world? And that is the United States government. And that is because the United States government spends about $500 billion a year in purchasing things. We, again, are the largest purchasing entity in the entire world. So what better way to make the United States government your customer as a small business? And the way that you could do that is through our certification programs. The federal government is required by statute. They're required by law to set aside of that 500 billion, 23% with small businesses. Again, the federal government spends $500 billion a year, but is required by law to set aside 23% of that with small businesses. So every federal agency within the United States government must set aside 23% of their yearly dollars with small businesses. So like the Department of Defense, the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Education, the Department of Labor, Fort Hood, the Department of Veteran Affairs, all these various federal agencies must set aside 23% of their money that they have within their budgets with small businesses. In my agency, the Small Business Administration, we're the gatekeeper of that. We're making sure that those agencies are, for one, conducting that business with small businesses, and two, making sure that small businesses are getting connected with federal agencies that are buying in their industries. So if I know of a construction firm, I want to connect that small business with a federal agency that's constantly building things, such as the Department of Defense. So I want to get that construction firm connected with that buying official at the Department of Defense, because the Department of Defense is always building things. So a construction company would be ideal for them. A janitorial business, I want to get them connected with the Department of Veteran Affairs, which operates all these veterans hospitals across the country to get you janitorial work where you go clean these facilities, for instance. Our research companies, if you are a research firm, I want to get you connected with the Department of Education, which does a lot of research contracting. So whatever your business is, our job is to get you connected with that federal agency to make sure that you're getting your fair share of those contracting dollars. So how do we do it? So two main programs that I want to highlight today are the 8A program and the Historically Underutilized Business Zone program. The 8A program is the closest thing that the federal government and SBA has to a minority-based certification. So this program is for socially and economically disadvantaged small businesses. So socially means that if you're a member of a minority group, you're automatically assumed to be social. Awesome. So yeah, as I was stating, the 8A program is for socially and economically disadvantaged small business owners. So not only do you have to be socially disadvantaged, but you also must be economically disadvantaged. But it's great because you're in this program for 9 years and you're able to get set aside contracts with government agencies and sole source. So sole source means that if an agency like the Department of Defense thinks that that construction firm is capable of doing the job, they don't have to put that contract out for bid. They could just hand that 8A firm the contract without putting it for bid. So that's a powerful certification to have. The next program is the Historically Underutilized Business Zone Program, or HUBZone. This is for businesses that are located in what we call hub zones. And hub zones are determined by the census as pretty much high unemployment areas, high poverty, low income. And we tell businesses, if you locate to these zones and hire 35% of your employees from a hub zone, we're going to give you preferential treatment in that government contracting process. So we're going to give you automatic access to 3% of that $500 billion of government contracting, in hopes that because you're in there and you're getting those contracts, you're going to spur economic development in that area. You're going to create jobs when you get that contract. You're going to create employment opportunities where these individuals are going to go back and contribute to the local economy. So that's the goal of the HUBZone program. Here are the hub zones, and as you can see, UNT Dallas is in a hub zone, as well as a lot of Southern Dallas and Southern Tarrant County, and the rest of the Metroplex. So it's a lot of opportunities for businesses that are interested in selling their product or service to the government to get in this program and reap the benefits of it. The federal government has not reached that 3% goal, so they're dying to find firms and small businesses to get this certification. Because remember I told you, these goals are set by Congress, it's set by law. So they are getting hammered by Congress on why they're not meeting these goals. So they're definitely interested in helping businesses get these contracts who have this certification. Dr. Marcus Martin started his business in 2011. In 2014, he became HUBZone certified strategically. He moved his business to a HUBZone to reap the benefits of the program. And look what it did for him. He does research for federal agencies like the Department of Health and Human Services, Department of Education, and he's gotten $10 million in federal contracts because he moved his business to a HUBZone and hired 35% of his employees from a HUBZone. So he was able to get 10 million in federal contracts and create 56 jobs. Over the next 5 years, he projects those sales to go up to 15 million and create 150 jobs. So not only is he making money for his business, but he's also spurring economic development in the area where his business is located. He's creating jobs in an area that was typically high unemployment area. So he is contributing to bringing back that area in his community to a strength level that's comfortable to the rest of the economy. So that's the purpose of the program, and this is a success of the program. So we also like to offer disaster assistance. So when businesses are affected by a disaster, whether it is physical or if it's economic, we have loan programs to help them rebuild throughout their process. Exporting is another big thing that we like to do. We like to help businesses export their products and overseas. I could think of a business that we helped that was two guys that were in college. They had an idea for a lip balm. They created the lip balm in college. The marketing students at the college created the marketing material. They came to SBA. They utilized the SBDC to get a business plan. They was able to get an SBA loan for $50,000, and then they wanted to start exporting that lip balm overseas. So we were able to help them export overseas, because if you're only doing business in the United States, you're only doing business with 5% of the world's purchasing power. It's 95% of more purchasing power outside the US borders. So just think about that. You're expanding your customer base, which means you're making more so out of your business, and you're making more money for your business. So that's what we want you to do. We want you to consider not just selling your product here in the United States, but consider selling your product outside the United States as well. We also have a emerging leaders executive training program where we train small business owners how to be better executives. So this is really for those established business owners who have revenue between 250,000 to 10 million that are looking to learn how to scale that business and take it to another level. As long as they've been in business for at least 3 years and have one employee other than themselves, they get access to this training that happens every year. We have 20 spots. The same curriculum is offered at Harvard's Business School for $60,000. We offer it completely free here in our Dallas district office. And to close, these are, again, businesses that needed help while they were small, and went to banking institutions and went to other financial institutions and investors, and were not able to get the assistance that they needed. and came to SBA, and look at them today. Companies like Under Armour, FedEx, Nike, JetBlue, Outback, all these businesses started out small at some point in time and got some type of assistance from SBA and have flourished to the large corporations that you see today throughout our society. This is my contact information. If you have any questions about anything about business and entrepreneurship, anything about any of our loan programs, our disaster programs, our COVID programs, counseling, anything related to business, feel free to connect with me. That's my email address. The best way to reach me is that. And also encourage you to follow our local Twitter account at SBA DFW, where we're constantly posting updates to all of our programs and any activities that we have going on. And with that, Arthur, I will turn it back over to you.
Awesome sauce. Well, thank you so much for sharing the great information. I know I always learn something new every time.